Hello, everybody, and welcome back. I am Waylon, the indoor farmer, and if you like food and maybe knowing how to grow food and are interested in new ways and all things related to sustainability and knowing how and where your food comes from, then you're my kind of viewer. You are the kind of person that I want to bring along with me on a journey, learning and growing, internally and growing food, the pun, all that intended. But this episode, I'm going to update you a little bit on my cannabis plants. They are, kind of a joke at this point, but still going to play around with them. I'm not really spending a lot of money on them right now. The soil and that was pretty much it. I had the lighting, so I did buy a new light, but it's not here yet. So let's go ahead and we'll look through and show you here. Yeah, so I went ahead and changed this smaller light out for a bigger light, and then I have this smaller light there next to it. You'll see. There's a clone down here that I cut off of the top of this one. A friend of mine told me I should, and I didn't know what to do with the clone. I should have asked. I just assumed. I was like, oh, I'll water it and I'll put it in this thing. No. So then someone told me I should put it in a clear container with water, and so I did that. You'll see here. Not here, but yeah, it's funny. It's just like pretty much not going to work. It still kind of looks like that, to be honest, in the water, but a couple of roots started growing, I think. I've seen a couple of roots coming off the bottom, but it is weird though. Look at this leaf. Look at these leaves. There's they don't look like normal leaves. I don't know what's going on there. Probably just a really messed up plant, and I'm gonna get nothing out of any of these. It's a sad story, but I'm gonna figure it out. I'll learn. I'll get better, because these were kind of what's the term? They were already lost pretty much once I moved, and I had not set up anything nice. All the things that they need, and the lighting and the walls being sealed and everything like that. A tent would be one thing. I'm not going to use a tent. I'm going to seal that room in there. Here's a picture of an event I went to. I went with a friend of mine here. He won the Caniculture Cup, two of the top awards, and one of those they had to create just for his medical tincture that he made. Shout out to you, buddy. Good job. Yeah, it was a fun event. It was very fun. A lot of fun people and steep competition. So I'm glad he came away with that, because he was, pretty hopeful, put it that way. Here's a video, obviously, of myself and a lady that works at the church. Well, she doesn't work at the church. She's on the board for the church, so they allocate funds, and she's really interested in getting this back up and running, and she's the one that's been into helping me and getting me to come back and things like that. So, this is us reseeding, and after we had pulled everything out, I showed a few pictures of this before and after in the last episode, but I found this video that I wanted to show. And it's a tedious job, but I also find a lot of knowledge from this, because this is a bigger setup, a much bigger setup, and this is something that I plan to have at my house. I have enough room for it, and actually right here next to me in this room. But that's why I want to take note of what it takes to maintain this setup. That's why the name of the episode is about knowing how to manage a bigger setup. So I look at this and I think, okay, well, these floating rafts are nice, but they don't have the space for you to just drop the cube in. And I think I'd like to have more like rafts that have a hole in them, so that you could have the little baskets and then drop the cube in the basket. And then that way I can use a incubation chamber to get the seedlings sprouting a lot faster and more efficiently, and less of them being duds. And then I can transplant them from the incubation chamber into the grow bed. But that's something I want to do on my setup rather than it's maybe a suggestion I might make with this. But something that we had a problem with is that all these grow cubes are dried out, and they didn't soak up the water like I thought they would. I put them in here like this, thinking that they would soak the water up from the underneath, and it didn't work like that. I had to end up watering them from the top to hope to try to save some of the seeds. I saw a few sprouts last time I was there across the board, but not too many. I'm hoping that when I'm going to go check it out tomorrow, and I'm hoping that there's going to be a lot more action going on, as it were. But if not, we might have to get new seeds, because some of these seeds are pretty old too, and there's a good chance that we have just bad seeds at this point. But we did try a lot of different things. I mean, there was probably 15 different seeds that we planted this time, mostly herbs and leafy greens. That's the easiest thing to get growing in the system. Plus, we really need something growing quickly to get this water cleaned out for the fish. Because so far, for quite a while, they've just had the same water, filtering back into them. And that's not good. The fish aren't going to like that. That's a similar issue I have with my home system, which I actually tonight did some work on that. I'm getting that to the point where it'll be ready to add the grow bed on that at home here. So that was exciting. I have quite a bit of footage showing me doing the woodwork to get it going, but I'm gonna probably time lapse that too. I don't know. I might have to. I don't want to make the show too long. 10 to 20 minutes is probably long enough for a while, at least until I start doing interviews and whatnot. Hoping to do that soon, but unfortunately this microphone is only directional. It's not bi-directional, which is what I need. Yeah, this is not safe, really, what we're doing here, so I think I would want something that I can reach up to everywhere on it. Maybe rails that I can climb on, that I can hold on to, or something like that. Just anything that would help me get up, just a little step ladder, pieces onto the system. I don't know. We'll see. But I think I'm going to try to get a step stool for here, because you'll see in this next little clip that I did a few unsafe acts myself just to get the lights dropped down to the right level, and I'm not proud of it, but came out alive. Didn't fall in the fish tank. Unfortunately for the audience, I'm sure that would be something that would be funny. Yeah, here it is. Here we go. Yeah, so I'm sitting here looking at it. I'm like, I don't know. So maybe if I pull it all the way up, it'll release. And nope, that didn't do it. Oh no. So I have to like balance myself until I can stand all the way up, holding the fixture on the ceiling. That is the big, the wood that's holding all these lights up. And finally get to it. I got better at it as I went and did each one of these lights, and so that was nice. But yeah, this is not very efficient, so I don't really love the way that is. I mean, this is a tall ceiling in this room too, so that's one thing that won't be a problem in my basement here, clearly. But yeah, it's not something you think about when you install that, because the clips that you have to release are all the way at the ceiling. So, yeah, no thanks. Yeah, I took care of all these lights, got them all down to the right level, we got them on, we have a timer going, which is nice, finally. It's a smart timer, it's hooked up to somebody's phone, to an app. It links to the phone, and all of that stuff was kind of difficult to get going. But finally did, because, well, you know, there's a lot of brick walls, like you can see behind this. The signal was hard to get back and forth through the building, so we finally took care of that. But yeah, this is going to be good. Get the plants to start filtering this water for the fish, and they will be happy. I think that first section there, all the way up where I'm standing, that's sprouting pretty good. Those got to be looking pretty good by now. I'm going to have to go in there tomorrow and take some good pictures and video of what it's looking like. Yeah, see, the knee, that was the best. That was the move right there. I can do things a lot easier that way. Yeah, sliding along. Watch out for that big gut. Don't fall in the tub. Don't do it. Yeah, that was a little nerve-wracking. I mean, I don't weigh as much as 300 gallons of water, luckily, so I wasn't gonna tip over that tub. But anything much smaller, and I probably would have, you know, let's face it. I'm over 200 pounds, so yeah. So I took care of business. You know, it's not perfect. It's not perfect. What can you say? But it worked out. And afterwards, I said, I would like a step ladder, please. Although I don't think we will have to for a while. Most of these will be going up, not down. Although if we have to reseed or replant or whatever, if they're not working out well, then I'm probably going to have to lower the light again. That's fine. No big deal. That's not going to hurt anything. I mean, yes, there is a sense of urgency. You know, we're planning to feed people with this. I mean, they already are they have a food pantry at this church already. So they are very into feeding the needy. And this farm and the farm that they have outside, which is bigger, but you know, it's seasonal and prone to weather issues. But that is another extension of that, feeding the people. So yeah, I'm happy to help. I live a lot closer now with the new house, so it's much better, much easier trip. Yeah, so that's about it. It's a little bit at the end here is a little funny, but I don't know. I laughed, but that's just me. Thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna be putting out videos a little bit more often, more frequent, because I'm doing a lot of projects more often now, and there's becoming just a lot more footage, and I might have to do more time-lapse stuff like this just to get through the stuff without boring you for 20-25 minutes. You know, 10 to 20 minutes is good. Yeah, right here. Yeah, that time lapse, man, gets me every time. Anyway, this is my reverse osmosis filter that I just got. Got it put in finally, and it's the Hydrologic Stealth RO 150 gallon. There's a 300 gallon, but I don't think I need that just yet. It took me a few things, some fittings. I've ordered some more things to go with this, more accessories, an extra water tank that's pressurized. It's going to be a 6 gallon instead of they have some smaller ones, but you know, I wanted a bigger one just because I might need more water. I can fill a bucket all at once for multiple systems here shortly. So yeah, the reverse osmosis water is much cleaner, so it's going to clean out all the particulates. Something I didn't know about this before I got it. It's the water that comes out. It comes out one tube, and then there's a wastewater tube that has, you have the choice between two different tubes that you can add to the system that would make it a 1-to-1 ratio, as in the same amount of wastewater is coming out as the clean water, or your other option is a different tube that makes it a 2-to-1, where twice the amount of wastewater is coming out as clean water. So you really do run through a lot of water this way. So I ordered something that's going to help collect that wastewater, and then I can use that for things like washing your hands, washing my car. I could use it for several things that don't have to do with drinking it or putting it in with my fish or any of my plants. So I was looking at what people do with that. So it's something that I'm going to get into, because I'm not trying to just drain all that down the drain. And I did that for a little while, and I thought, man, there's something, I got to be doing something wrong here. I really did. I really thought it was something wrong until I read more about it. And yeah, so that was it for this episode, guys. I do have enough content for my next 1 or 2 episodes, so they'll be coming out more frequently. I'm going to try to keep them short. I did add another website or I guess social media site to my list that I have been using, that I forgot to have put out on my list. Minds.com. It's kind of like a Facebook, and it's free to join and free to use up to a certain point, and there are restrictions to where you have to pay for a premium membership and to do certain things and whatnot. So it's something else to be part of. And as always, YouTube, Rumble, Vimeo, Locals, Instagram, Minds. So I appreciate it, guys. Well, until next time, I will be coming at you a little bit more often. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.